Mars Hills, New York, the U.S. Open Championships. Still playing tennis as an amateur while serving in the U.S. Army, Ash makes history. His 5-set finals win over Tom Ocker brings him honor as a player. Though as an amateur, he is unable to accept the $14,000 first prize for his
times this year during the Slam tournaments. Dick Creeley, Prem Lal, but he came out. He's come out of everything. Roach tried to make the shot. Roach is down in every respect. He is the loser. And Rod Laver has won it. He's the slammer, the Grand Slammer, and Jack Kramer next to me applauding. We gotta do it. We gotta clap it for the Grand Slam. And he'll have to suffer through a second serve. Off a net court ball. He is the champion.
Newcomb thought that he mishit the ball and it was going to go out.
40-15.
And he was on his way to shake hands.
Right, he didn't think it was coming over the net.
Absolutely not.
And he just kept on running forward, and all of a sudden the ball went by him. Now John's going back to regain his composure. He still has 2 match points.
That's it.
For the match. 40 love. Triple match point. That ball looked like it was going to go well out over the baseline and perhaps even the sideline as well. At any rate, it is 40 love for Jimmy Connors. Triple match point. It's taken an awful lot of time. Went for the ace up the middle and just missed it.
To do was get it over the net. Connors was covering down the line. He made it. Game, set, and match to Orontes. 6-4, 6-3, 6-3.
Again, we go to match point as Connors waves it out.
And what an approach shot.
Connors.
Connors' approach shot hit just inside the baseline.
For the third time. Match point.
He might serve up the middle this time, but I'm going to take a guess because he's gone into Borg's two-hander twice now in match points. He might try to slip one up the center and try to ace him. That's it.
3-6, 7-6, 6-4. Congratulations.
Love. What must Jimmy Connors be thinking? Tough second serve, Trape.
Yes, sir. He gets good loop on it, though. Good safety.
Wait a minute. It's out.
Connors went back because the last thing he saw, the linesman had made no call at all. This is shades of Buenos Aires.
Vilas up on the shoulders.
When we lost the Davis Cup earlier this year in Buenos Aires, the fans came out and lifted Vilas up and marched him around the court.
It is match point for Jimmy Connors.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Voilà, avantage McEnroe et balle de match sur son service. Il s'est un peu pressé là sur ce service, McEnroe.
Fantastic play by John McEnroe.
All right, John.
McEnroe. Seven, six, 6-1, 7-6-4. Thank you.
Differente 5-3-40-15. E anche qui c'è l'applauso. Sì, l'applauso di incoraggiamento a bordo, diciamo, più che... È finito. Finisce fuori il passaggio. John McEnroe vince per la terza volta consecutiva l'Open degli Stati Uniti. Si aggiudica il quarto set con il punteggio di 6-3. E devo dire che a partire dal primo set una superiorità anche altalenante ma abbastanza netta.
That's coming up after tennis. Advantage Connors. Tough.
See if Jimmy tries to take it early. Will he come in?
That's it. He's got it. He's got it.
Well done, well done.
I soliti 4 rimbalzi. Anche al match point non concede eccezioni al suo solfeggio, che chiude con un ace. L'ace numero 10. È il suo secondo titolo consecutivo in questo torneo. Si impone con il punteggio di 6-4, 6-2, 6-0. Non abbiamo avuto la finale che ci auguravamo, d'altra parte un land di questa statura oggi è intrattabile, almeno su questa superficie, probabilmente da qualsiasi avversario.
Come on right now, she said.
Quiet, please. Thank you. So much like Samantha's trying to will her with herself to give him a little bit of help there.
She's not as tired as he is.
Spin it in again to the backhand.
That's what he did. And Wendell got it down the line. What a struggle. 4 hours and 47 minutes to play 4 sets.
Match championship.
Four hours and 54 minutes it took. A grueling 5-setter.
And now to present the championship trophy is Mr. Gordon Jorgensen, the president of the USTA and chairman of the U.S. Open Championships. Gordon?
Thank you, Tony. What can you say? Absolutely nothing except to Matt, we crown you the U.S. Open singles champion. Congratulations.
Matt?
With the packed stadium in a frenzy, a determined Lendl served the set into a tiebreak. Now Becker serving at match point. 6-4 in the tiebreak. And Boris Becker wins his first United States Open Championship.
Gentlemen, U.S. Open champion 1989. Pete Sampras, you are the youngest person to ever win the United States Men's Championship. Our 1990 U.S. Open champion, Pete Sampras.
2 minuten championship points. Edberg heißt der Sieger dieser US Open 91.
Ecco qui, Stefan Edberg salta la rete come aveva fatto alla fine dell'incontro con Land, va ad abbracciare Annette. La stretta di mano di Tony Picard, secondo successo consecutivo per Edberg, 2 ore e 51 minuti, vittoria in 4 set, 3-6, 6-4, 7-6, 6-2.
Doppio fallo di Piolin, è l'8º e si chiude così questa finale, vinta secondo pronostico da Pete Sampras 6-4, 6-4, 6-3.
Trying to oust the defending champion, Andre Agassi, on this final day of the U.S. Open.
His day, and just 5 minutes short of 2.5 hours.
Pat Rafter has 2 championship points. He's done it on the first, and the boy wonder, who Australians were prematurely acclaiming as a champion, what, 3 years ago, has kept his head, and he's won magnificently. And the last Australian to win a Grand Slam championship was another Patrick. It was at Wimbledon 1987, and it was Pat Cash. And let's hand over to Wally Mazur here. Well done, Aussie.
Please.
Talk about a dominating last 2 sets.
In game, set, match, Rafter. 3 sets to 1. 6-3, 3-6, 6-2, 6-love.
The 6th player in the open air to successfully defend his U.S. Open title. He joins John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors, Avant Lendl, Stefan Edberg, and Pete Sampras.
Más para hacerlo. Qué valiente tiene una situación tan difícil para él, como ha podido meter ese saque tan profundo.
Segundo servicio, podría aguantar la voz ese señor al que el público le pide unánimemente que se calle. Se acabó. Y ahora es cuando estalla en gritos y en flashes el estadio Arturás. Manolo Santana nos gana esa cena a la que le tendremos que invitar esta noche. Andrea Gassi, que no se ha arrodillado, con lo cual él pagará los cafés. Y el abrazo entre 2 amigos, el saludo de un campeón a otro, porque si ha perdido Todd Martin, también hay que decir, Manolo, que ha jugado como un auténtico campeón.
Marat Safin is the 2000 U.S. Open champion.
The new 2000 U.S. Open men's singles champion, Marat Safin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 U.S. Open men's singles champion, Marat Safin.
Australian trophy away in Melbourne. There it is, a backhand pass again, and Leighton Hewitt has won the United States Open, his first Grand Slam title. The coronation of a new king, a 20-year-old from Adelaide, Australia.
He's there. He's champion for the 5th time here in New York. And he's made monkeys out of most of us.
Smith and so many great U.S. players. Roddick 1 serve away.
Eccolo lì, eccolo lì.
Ha rinunciato.
Questo me lo aspettavo da Federer.
No.
Cioè non gli appartiene.
È curioso. Probabilmente gli appartiene. Se ha deciso di farlo.
Cioè, non me l'aspettavo io. Viene abbracciato addirittura.
Two tennis greats have produced a special night. Roger Federer continues. Federer has the trifecta at the U.S. Open, his 9th Grand Slam title. For Roger Federer. Champion again, Roger Federer. Second most major titles, tying Roy Emerson in tennis history.
Championship point to the 20-year-old. Del Potro dethrones Federer under the lights here in New York in the most dramatic fashion possible. You had to see it to believe it. Twice he came from a set down. He wins the final set by 6 games to 2 to claim his first ever Grand Slam title. The greatest? Unquestionably, he was tonight. Nadal is the US Open champion. The trophy cabinet is complete. What a final.
What a tremendous champion. And Novak Djokovic, of course, as gracious in defeat tonight as we have ever seen him.
And it's all about this man right now.
He's got it. His third final here, his first triumph. It's a third major of the year for Novak Djokovic, emulating Nadal of last year. He's just the sixth man in the Open era to win 3 of the 4.
History is made at the US Open. Andy Murray, the first British male winner of a Grand Slam for 76 years. What a historic evening under the lights. How he has worked, how he has sacrificed for this moment. How emotional it must feel for them. Rafa reigns again in New York. For a second time he becomes the US Open champion, and there is no one more deserving.
Absolutely, but beautiful scenes at the net with 2 great competitors. Wonderful ambassador for the game, and look at Rafael Nadal. I've never seen him quite emotional like that.
Look at this, Pete. It's goosebumps. 12 months ago, he wasn't even here.
Well, exactly right. And people were talking about, well, is he done? Might he not be able to come back from this knee injury? Well, come back he certainly has. Dominant this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 US Open champion, Marin Cilic.